So with Christ, he's the unit and becomes the first of the unit. So he is the first of the unit, and the unit itself that is beyond the unit form, it's of full righteousness. So this is how Christ said, when you see me, you see the Creator. Because Christ is the front entrance of that unit. So this is where it becomes one. One because it's a unit. He does not do nothing that is not of the descent of the head of the unit. He's the door for the unit, the arch for the unit. The unit itself is perfect beyond itself. So, and that flows on a righteous base. So everything is perfect. So the door to see the Father is Christ. And that's the arch that holds the unit. So when you go through that, you have already accepted by the first arch, the first entrance. So that obviously you will see the Father. You will see the Creator. And that's what he said. If you believe in me, then you also believe in the Most High. For he's not of himself, but of the Most High. And any one of soul beings, soul-like energy that decide that be part of the unit, that accept the unit to the true essence and accept this inner energy, light beam, soul beam energy, they will live according to that unit, because we all affirm that unit under that carbon, under the Hebrew Israelite banner, and of the people that is chosen by what God has given them or what the Creator has given them within their DNA. Most High knows his people. We are all registered in the banner of the Book of Life. So these people who build their churches and try to get 1 million people to the churches and get richer, that's only in that physical time, because my Lord already says, I have not known them. Even though all that time they were saying that they made a lot of... Listen, man, they have people like Jim Jones, people like Jimmy Swaggart, you all know about him, you know, and they have so many of them, I can't even really right now pull them out of my head, but Jim Jones took some people. He was a very high man, preacher man, big congregation, and he led these people astray, killed them, gave them poison. So be mindful, people. These people that come to you and tell you about God, and they're demonic people. And Most High God saying that day, my people, because of lack of knowledge, a lot of you are going to die. Because you like to follow people quick. And God says, listen, in the last days, one shall know me, because I shall be, my word will be written upon his heart. And that word will be written upon your heart. And then on your tongue, you would only manifest the things of the Most High God. So that will be of the same unit, because you're not doing nothing of yourself. You're not doing nothing that you want to do. You're doing everything that it's the unit, what the unit dealing with, because you're part of the unit. And you can't go up. That's like the government has a order. You in the army, you can't go against the army that you in. So this is the same thing. God has a unit, and the unit works in the God way, in the Most High God way. This is all what's coming out. Like I said, Christ is the door or the entrance for that unit. And this is why Christ is saying, whoever he allowed to come in will come in, because the unit is the floor, and the floor is the power of the Most High God, who flows through in the unit, all the units working together and becomes one vessel. They are one. So now, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, they say three in one. God is one. Okay? It's like the 24 elders, the 24 hosts of heaven. Are they God? No, they're not. But they are gods, and they're godlike, and they are the unit of God form. So, of course, they're not doing nothing that is against the divine. They all flow in the same way that the divine is flowing. And the divine gives them the ability that whatever flows from them is as powerful like it's God himself. But it's God who gives the 24 elders. It's God who gives the Christ, Yeshua, that power, that ability. It's God who gives all things to men, whatever force level, child, whatever. It's God who gave all things, and he's that one force, and that one force works with that one unit. And all that is part of that unit does not work against the unit. It works with the unit. So pastors got to stop lying to people and telling people things that is not of God. You understand? They're not really saying. They're out there worshiping Christmas, a lot of things that doesn't have to do with God. They build their churches to get rich, to collect tithes, and they have all type of stuff going on in there where, even you notice the churches right now who give the little pantry, they got their own people where they come and they take this and they open those shops and they're making money, and this is a money making thing. These people are not thinking with their hearts, no. They're only thinking with that flesh desire, and with that flesh desire becomes a lot of chaos, because then it always wants and it will always tell you I need and I, and it becomes a selfish individual because you're only talking about I and I and I and I, and I stands for I alone, and I alone is very selfish because you don't want none else for nobody but just for I, for you. You gotta be mindful, with the English language. It's a fuck speaking tongue language. It's like a backwards one word. We have too much definitions. One word could hang you, This is why when you go to court, you gotta be mindful what you say under that fuck down, you know what I mean? Because it's like hanging yourself with that language, hanging yourself with what that's coming out of your mouth, you know what I mean? So once again, a long time I didn't speak to my people, and just letting them know, don't forget to subscribe to this video, you know what I mean? If you want to hear more from the enlightenments the Most High has give, pour on me, the blessings that the Most High God has pour on me. And I'll tell people, life is you figure that you have a lot of money and you're all right, but I'll tell a lot of poor people that we are one of the happiest people upon the face of the earth, because it's a test that you go through, and to cleanse that vessel, Most High loves you and he'll take away things. I mean, everybody want to have money, everybody want to be rich, everybody want to have a big house, everybody want a car, everybody, just want to live that life. But say you had all that money, you would want more money and more money and more money. And sometimes when you eat and you eat little and you go to sleep and you make it the next day, and you could see that a lot of people that had things how to die. They had a fast car, they had the money, and they drive fast, they crash, they die. A lot of money, you're eating caviar, and you say you're eating better than the poor man, but then you never know you're going to get poisoned and die with that caviar you're eating. You got money, you're eating out, your food is like $400, $1,000 for your dinner. The person that's preparing your food in that kitchen, he doesn't know you and he's not your relative. And majority of the times people get food poisoning. And all that is like to say, man, living poor, and they're giving you the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom of humbleness and find your true self. Because now you find out the vessel is not too rich in materialistic and in self-destruction and into wealth and diamonds and rubies and pearls, and you not looking to lose your head nor your soul, but you're very contaminated, very content with how you could find to see that there's a greater love and power, even being poor but being blessed at the same time. It's a whole other different thing. I mean, sometimes you look at it, you'll be like, yo, I wish I had $1,000. I wish I had $500. I was, yeah. But then again, if you had $500 or $1,000, then you would wish that you had 10,000. If you had 10,000, you wish that you had 100,000. And this is where that the power of lust and wealth take over your true self, and you could get lost that you would enjoy all these fine things of life, and the time that will come where you have to go to the grave. You can't take none of these things with you. And the evilest thing about all these things that yes, you probably say you had a happy life, but now you will have one of the most miserable life because you have never exercised your inner vessel, and you have never found out or tap into the spiritualism level where you're gonna need in the grave, because you know it says it's your works, and your works got to be accounted for. So in the grave now, you're gonna be accounted for your works, and you ain't gonna have no works to show because you was all for the money and all for the fast life and all for the vanity and the world and the diamonds and the pearls and all the precious things, and becomes a glutton where sin becomes at your doorstep, and you just like just eradicate your light soul, your inner light soul, and you destroy that. So now you're destroying two things, because you have that vessel that's definitely going to be destroyed, and now you have a light where you projectile after death, projectile light after death, because what happens is your soul actually removes itself, the soul, and you go back into your true light soul energy being. So this is where now you back to your natural state, but you becomes a baby again because you never exercised in that time. Because it's kindergarten. We all come in the physical level. We come to kindergarten, and this is where you learn how to. You're supposed to learn how to deal with your soul inner self, your soul being inner self. But you find society, they have something set up for you that from the day you're born, it becomes a business proposal where you have a social, you're part of the day system, the physical system, where the self-destruct system, the system that will tells you what you're gonna be. Are you gonna be a man at the age of 18 because of the meds that they're gonna give you? Are they have everything planned out. It's like part of the matrix. They have everything signed up for you. So listen, people, we are special people. We are not just like everybody else. And as you can see, people ask, well, God made man, and say yes, but what they don't realize that man has the ability to make man now, and so they still have some stupid people will tell you, oh, that can't happen, oh no. But let me ask you this: if I could make skin, I could make flesh, I could clone, and I could make robots that could talk and run and walk and fly and protect me and do all that, and I have the ability. Don't you think I have cloned or I've created or take over like a demon? Because again, science have different forms. There's science with where you scientists inventing things with mathematics. That's the angelic language, which is mathematics, because any other language that you speak, it's going to be Spanish, English, whatever. It has a full stop after a certain time, because it's just enough that you could do with the letters in there, But mathematics, it just keep going, it never stops. And with mathematics, one who owns mathematics or actually could deal with the ability of numbers very fast, rapidly, and add them, and not just add, but that's where with mathematics, that's where you get to understand longitude and latitude. So mathematics is one of the ancient angelic language, because even the Most High God speaking that language. And if you notice from every scroll that you have read, it's three scroll out of seven, 60 cubits, this, that's numbers on the third day, this day, seventh day. It's all numbers, and as you read, there's more about numbers. When Joseph had his dream, talk about the seven grain of corns and seven fat cows and seven slim cows, and you know everything is numbers. And as we know, numbers is what it takes. You're gonna build a house, your measurement, numbers, and we see with that number, understanding numbers, it helps us to be infinite. Where we create things, we do things, spacecraft, planes, all that of stuff. And that's the language, that's the angelic language. It's the language. So yes, people, I miss you for a little bit, I mean, I wasn't online for a little bit. I'm gonna send out this video. Well, I make this video, it's not really I make this video. Please again, don't forget to subscribe and like. Uh, yeah, and let's just stay focused, people, of who we are, our mission upon in this month, what we're about to do, who we are as a people, as soul-like beings. Like I said, don't forget they have reptilians living amongst us, not only reptilians, but there are others source of life that is also trying to snatch and take. And we have now, what we I forget to tell your people is, with this bleaching thing, well, at first people say, well, yeah, they want to have brown skin, what I mean, they want to, they're too dark, they want to look lighter. But this is something that was put out there where we have Caucasian people or some part in Europe are going, and they have this the same way how people bleach and stuff. There's this machine that they made where we have white people actually going in these machines and darkening the skin little by little to actually look like us. Whilst we over here are looking to strip the upper layer of our skin and the carbon of our skin that helps to protect us from the sun and all of that. And like I said, at one time I was saying we're melanite people because of the melanin, but I'm still doing certain research on that melanite because this I will tell you about that next time I come on online, because like I said, I'm doing a little research on melanin. And for years I've been saying, well, we're melanite people because we have melanin. Melanin is good for the sun and this and that. But the key thing that is we of carbon, and that ability that we have help us to extract this energy from the sun. And that energy also, that the carbon help us like a plate, a dark plate, to help us to extract that energy. We have something called the solar plex. And if you have to break down solar, we know that it deals with energy. And what they're not telling you, that you have the ability to store energy within the solar plex area, where you're connected to the universe in that area, because the universe is of that area. So this is why I said we are people that is of the light, the solar light. So for you to be able to project solar force and have solar energy, you have to have a solar plex. And watch the computer. If the computer doesn't have a duplicate like the solar plex, it will not work. And most of they're dealing with, like in Jersey and these other places where they're dealing with solar energy, it has to have a board, like a motherboard, that would be as a headquarters for the solar plex. But they will not call it a solar plex because they use that for us. And this is that energy that we draw that comes through the carbon. It all goes directly into that core right here of that solar area because it's the headquarters that transport that energy. And the heart bears a capacity with the brain to able. These are like low what you call it, boxes that help to transport energy to one major city to another. It's like you have your brain, your soul, and the plex, the solar plex. The solar plex is a motherboard to the energy that is coming in from the sun and from the moon and from the stars and from the universe. See, the solar plex is taking a lot of different energies because we are all like a machine, not just a machine, but an outlet. And we connect with with Mother Earth. We connect with the universe. We are plugged into the universe. And that's why when you're not eating the foods that you need to eat, you get sick because the food that we need to help us, our solar plex and our soul light energy and our projectile third eye, if we're not eating these foods, these cannot work. And this is why I say the reptilians are out there to try to kill us. And we have the demonic forces out to try to kill us. The different forces just trying to eradicate us in every aspect. And they keep thinking they have tried many ways from trying to genocide us, murdering us, slaughtering us, torturing us, hanging us. And they're still finding every day how they could eliminate the Most High God's chosen people and trying to duplicate our DNA and who we are as ancient people and people of soul light energy. So people, give thanks. God bless. I hope you love this video. I hope you all understand this video. If I say anything that is wrong, may the Most High God forgive me. And if I say anything that is right and it be of a blessing to my brothers and sisters, then let God have his way and let he that give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding keep on pouring me out a shower of blessing. And may he bless my brothers and sisters wherever they are. Blessed Sila.